can I ask you about your catch wrestling background? It's kind of a rare blend of skills in MMA. How much do you lean on that within your fights, and how does that sort of differentiate you when you're in competition? In fact, it is a different set of skills, and it's not the easiest for other training camps to replicate.
I wouldn't say so much that I lean on it as that I am it. It is a part of who I am and how I operate as a fighter. And so it's not to say that I couldn't try to do it another way, but I don't really feel like it would behoove me. It wouldn't be what's best. I have techniques and not just techniques, but I have applications that vary from how people are used to dealing with opponents. And it's not that it's very weird or completely unusual. It's just they're employed in a way that most people aren't used to or familiar with, and sometimes. So it's always a positive for me, and I really believe in catch-as-catch-can wrestling. It was one of the greatest sports the world had ever seen, back in the 1900s, late 1800s, and I still think that it has an incredibly valid and valuable place within modern sport fighting and grappling.
Do you think it's something that other fighters and other training camps should look to embrace more? Because the standard thing is it's kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. They're the three main things. Is this sort of an underappreciated art?
It is absolutely underappreciated, although, I mean, some of that is simply because we lack the talent pool to draw from. We don't have as many people involved with it. Jiu-jitsu has really done well with its expansion off of UFC 1, its inclusion into the martial arts world, and how it has managed to bring the sport aspect along with the fighting aspect and martial arts aspect. In fact, I would say that the sporting aspect of jiu-jitsu has really taken more of a precedent than anything else. But what it has done is it's given that stage for people to go out there and do it in the gym, and then go out there and compete. And it's been a massive what is the word I'm looking for? PR thing for all these competitions to exist. It's given new life to people that had used to compete and didn't, and wanted to try and get back into an athletic place again in their life. Also, it's done a lot for people that I know were never athletes, and you can spot them a mile away, which unfortunately sometimes is where some of the really bad sportsmanship I think that exists within jiu-jitsu and the no-gi jiu-jitsu communities comes out. But from people that never were on organized sports teams and didn't really compete all that much. But nonetheless, I think that's one small price to pay for having such massive, I wouldn't say mainstream, but massive saturation within this market and getting it out there to the people. And so I think that being said, it's a little bit of a long answer. Everybody's got their own way and approach which is going to work best for them. And so some people, perhaps doing jiu-jitsu, or I should even be more specific, doing a certain style of jiu-jitsu, meaning maybe from this camp or that trainer or this group. Everybody's going to have what benefits them most. And but I think that when it comes to, especially a lot of people that are wrestling based, they should really be looking into catch-as-catch-can to develop their submission skills. I think that it would benefit them far more greatly than learning jiu-jitsu necessarily would. But then again, who do they go to learn that? There's not really a whole lot of us around to fully teach, and I say even few that are capable and competent enough to teach in a full competition setting for MMA, as well as even just going out and competing in your general grappling tournaments, which for the most part are more geared towards jiu-jitsu rule sets.